something, spark an idea, anything you want to write about.
I think we have some of the most creative people, Native young people here on our reservation that are excellent artists and writers. The poems for Dragonfly Dance probably started when I was 10 years old, and I had stopped writing for a while when I was in high school. There were no other Native writers, and I thought, well, Indians don't write. And then I picked up a book called Love Medicine, and it was by a female writer, Louise Erdrich, and not only was she Chippewa, Ojibwe, but she's from my tribe. She came here to the reservation, her and her sister Hyde Erdrich, and they did some workshops. Louise sat with me under a bur oak tree, and she looked at me and she said, "You can write." So that gave me the confidence to put a manuscript together. In my book, Dragonfly Dance, I talk about the dragonfly that changed my life. It just looked at me eyeball to eyeball, just was right in front of me, looking at me while I was dancing. Suspended above our plumed and feathered heads, the dragonflies joined us for grand entry at Red Lake, the sun striking flames from their sapphire wings, these winged mounts of ancestor spirits returning to heal. I move in step with the drum. I dance with the dragonflies as one drops down to gaze into my face with its lovely bright eyes. I hold its gaze, this holy creature, spirit of the water, born of the water as I am. Life, birth, power of love made constant. She spins her beaded body to join the dragonfly dance as my wings join their rhythm, my feet vibrating. I'm willing to teach anyone who wants to learn how to write poetry.
Doesn't have to rhyme. You know, you can pick any one of your sentences, any one of these, and write a haiku.
I spend time with 10 to 23 students writing poetry, writing memoir. Others have worked with them in writing fiction and flash fiction, are doing art, are blending the two, the poetry and their art.
I strongly believe that an image is yet to be created that will change the world. Maybe not the whole world, but just one, and this vision of mine will continue.
A lot of young writers a lot of writers, period, don't like to revise their work. So I work with them in revising, looking at line length or just what the poem looks like on the page and so on, and their thoughts, but encouraging them to write.
Just keep writing. So for the next 10 minutes, just write.
Find a mentor, talk to them, write to them, join workshops.
When we do poetry workshops, we warm up the brain attached to our hand. So
one of the best things I was told by Louise is when she was reading one of my poems, she said, "What's happening here?" or "What happened here?" And so I told her, and she said, "Write that down just the way you said that." So other mentors have said not to try to use fancy highfalutin words that you don't use every day. So I talk to the students about just writing down, and I do the same thing to them. What's happening here? And write that down just the way you told me.
You got some ideas? Just write, and then we revise.
A lot of it is button chair, just keep writing, write.
Funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund, with money from the vote of the people of Minnesota on November 4th, 2008. And by the members of Prairie Public.